But Cora, that ain't the fight that you want. Okay? That's not the fight you want, girl. And you keep getting these little upper hands, Marsha gonna snap your ass in two. Hey, Candy Crew, and welcome back to another episode of If I May Speak Candidly, where we dive into the crazy world of wrestling from the comfort of my domain. And before we get started, just want to give a quick shout out to those who again have been tuning in, leaving comments, liking, sharing, and subscribing to my channel. Um, I'm more than likely will have an interview that will be set up next week. Still trying to solidify that and finish that off, but that should be um figured out within the next few days. So as soon as I know, you would know. Um, as usual, a lot has happened. You know, I'm gonna start off this show with what went down at Elimination Chambers. So without further ado, let's get to Elimination Chamber. So, uh, okay. So we started off the PLE with the Women's Elimination Chambers match. All of you know who was in there. Naomi, Bianca, Liv, Raquel, oh, Roxanne, um, Bailey, Alexa, and did I say Liv? Um, so yes. So the six of the women was in the match. Before the match got started, which was going to start with Liv and Naomi, Jade comes back. Jade comes back and oof, she looked like a woman on a mission. I mean, cue big payback by James Brown, because that's all I heard as I saw her coming down that walkway. And her eyes, I mean, if she could shoot daggers from her eyeballs, she would have. And so she came out. Everybody was shocked. She came straight aim for the ring. And Liv was shooketh. Okay, Liv was shaking harder than a leaf on a tree. I mean, I've seen Liv scared. You know, I've seen her scared when it comes down to Rhea and Bianca recently, but never like that. And so Jay came in, she's begging, she's pleading, and Jay just went straight for Naomi. She went straight for Naomi. I ain't never seen my girl get whooped like that in my life. I was crying for her. I was heartbroken. I was heartbroken because, Naomi is the glow, she comes out with her neon colors, she lightens the mood, but now to know that she had played a role, if not the sole assailant in the Jade Cargill attack, um, it just breaks my heart. But it's kind of funny because when I was recording the Elimination Chamber's predictions for Transatlantic Takedown on Friday, um, some people didn't necessarily believe that Naomi could be healed. Oh, Naomi can. You know, she is in, she is married into the family of some of the greatest heels in history of WWE. Like what heel like Roman could you boo but still acknowledge when he came out? It's like, and the same thing with Rikishi when Rikishi ran over Stone Cold and said he did it for The Rock. And then of course, The Rock is even, he's this final boss character, is definitely something that is going to go down in the history books of his career. And then, of course, Nia, she be killing it in the women's division. So, you know, could Naomi be a heel? Absolutely. Absolutely. And, you know, I think I think Jade kind of proved that. Now, here's what I'm thinking. Um there might be a slight chance that Naomi didn't act on her own. And maybe she couldn't, like maybe Bianca does have something to do with this. I don't know. It's not like she could get to Bianca because Bianca was locked away in the chamber. She was locked away in her little cubicle. So she couldn't get to her, but she did go after the one that she could, which was Naomi. Now, is there a slight chance that Bianca did not know that this happened? Is there a slight chance that she did not know that uh her bestie, her tag team partner took out her other tag team partner? I mean, there could be a slight chance, but at the same time, Bianca said that Jade was kind of ignoring her too, ignoring her calls too. So there might be a slight chance that Bianca didn't know, that Bianca is aware of what happened. And if Jade doesn't get to her before WrestleMania, I do think that Jade will ultimately cost Bianca the title. That's what I think. I think, you know, when she goes up at WrestleMania, even though people say hey, it could be either Rhea or Io, but we all know it's gonna be Rhea, right? Like we know. Like this is the podcast to speak candidly. Like we know Rhea is not losing her title to Io on Monday. We know that. So Rhea and Bianca at WrestleMania, and yeah, I think Jade will cost her the title. I absolutely think so. So, um, ultimately Bianca won the Elimination Chambers match. I thought it was going to be down between her and Alexa Bliss, but it ended up being between her and Liv. But um, yeah, so that's how that played out. Next match was the tag team match between TS Squared, Trish Stratus, and Tiffany Stratton versus Nia Jax and Candice LeRae. I have to agree, this match was, I don't want to say it was a downer. I think the match was definitely more of, um, just, if you gotta go to the bathroom, go now. If you want to refill your drinks, go now, type of thing, unfortunately. But, it was a good match for those in Canada who wanted an opportunity to see Trish Stratus perform again. She got a chance to perform in front of her children, which has to be, just a full circle moment for her. Um, and it's also had to be a full circle moment for, Tiffany, who probably grew up watching Trish just like the rest of us. And now she get the opportunity to perform with her in a match against Nia and Candice LeRae. So, um, overall, it was still a great match. Trish still got it. She's still physically fit. She still have it. She still got the moves. Um, and yeah, happy 25th anniversary to Miss Trish. Um, of course, the following match was the Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens match. Now, listen, am I sad that Sami lost? Yes, because I wanted this to be done and over with. I wanted Sami to go dark. I wanted him to go completely black on Kevin. And I don't think he's been pushed enough. So I definitely intend on seeing more of Sami and Karrion Kross a lot more. I think that's what Sami needs. He needs a little pep talk from Karrion Kross, who can really help push him to the limit, because he was there, but he wasn't quite there yet. Like, he still couldn't get, he still couldn't get the job done. But who did get the job done? Who was about to punt Kevin Owens' head into section 233? Who was getting ready to send Kevin home in pieces? The Viper, the Legend Killer, built like a thoroughbred horse, Randy Orton. Randy came out built like a Roman god. He did. Randy is built solid. Okay, Randy is he's solid. That's that's the best way I can describe him. But he came out. Um, Kevin was just as shook as Liv was when it came down to seeing Jade. It has to. I don't know what it's like to be a wrestler who have taken somebody out, right? But to have them to come back in such a grand way, and um, they come aiming for you, that has to be really nerve-wracking. And the same faces that he and Liv made just tells me like they knew that the severity of the ass whooping that they was about to receive was going to be far more than anyone could prepare them for. And so, yeah, Randy came back. Randy wants blood. He got to pay for it in blood. As I said, he he spent almost 2 years out because of his injury, and then um you come and you power drive him and almost you know almost took him out again. So and how you think Randy is going to feel? Randy's going to want your head. And that's exactly what he was about to do. He was about to take your head off. And if it wasn't for security, he would have went home with your head in his duffel bag. So, yeah. Um, I'll be right back. Okay, y'all. So I had to fix my lights because it was dimming out and that was just really irking me. So now the men's elimination chambers match. Drew got eliminated. I was laughing. Damian Priest. I really wish Damian Priest had more of um I understand that they had him in the match because he is a former heavyweight champion, but it just really felt like he was just put in to say that he was in the match. I don't feel like he had much of a real build up. Um, I know like he has history with Drew McIntyre. I know he has history with Seth Rollins. Um, but he had no history with CM Punk. He has no history with Logan, and he had no history with John Cena. So, you know, every person outside of Logan really had some sort of history with the other. You put Logan in a match because it sells tickets. Now, look, I don't work in accounting at WWE, so I don't know if that's true or not. It might be true. I don't know. Seems like yeah, sell tickets just fine when he's not on the card. Did he need to be in a match? No. Did he add anything to the match? No. Logan Paul does nothing for me. Every once in a while, he'll have a really cute little viral moment in the ring or whatever, but honestly, he's boring as shit to me. Like he just doesn't. He, When I think of a heel, I think of someone that makes you want to hate them. Makes you want to hate them. Like that is what a heel does. Logan doesn't make me want to hate him. He makes me want to throw tomatoes at him. Like I don't hate you, but yes, I would definitely throw tomatoes at you if I saw you. That's how I feel about Logan. But overall, the match was really intense. There was quite a few moments I really thought CM Punk was going to lose, to ultimately lose to my champion, Seth Rollins, who stomped his head into the ground, allowing John to put him in a submission hold. Um, Kudos to John, to CM Punk for not tapping out. He didn't tap out. He just passed out. Um, but he really wanted to headline at WrestleMania, and even if it's not for the title, I still think he will have his opportunity. If by some chance they decide to allow Cody and John's match to be a triple threat, that would be cool, but then at the same time, I think that would really take away from the story, so I really don't see that happening. Um, but what I do think is that the favor that CM Punk does have with Paul will be cashed in at some point uh, after WrestleMania. I don't think it will be at WrestleMania. I could be wrong, but I don't think it will be. Right now, the story seems like it's going to be CM Punk and Seth. There's a lot of hatred. There's a lot of heat between them two. They still can't stand each other, and therefore, that is your WrestleMania match. CM Punk and Seth Rollins. Of course, John won the match, but it was after the match. It's the moment we was all waiting for. Is Cody going to take The Rock's offer? Is he going to sell his soul to Dwayne? And I was not surprised when he said no. I was not surprised when he told The Rock go fuck himself. I was not surprised because Cody's a little hard-headed. He's a little hard-headed and he wants to do things uh in a certain way, like he wants to be able to um I think he likes to struggle. I think he likes to struggle. I think he feels like it builds character, I guess. He could have had it easy. He could have had it easy, but as much as we have wanted, and we at me wanted Cody to turn heel, I still believe John turning heel is still only hindsight to what is to come with Cody Rhodes. Now, John was always the perfect face. He was Mr. Make-A-Wish. He was the face of WWE, Mr. Positivity. And now he's like, look, I don't give a shit about none of that stuff. This is my last go round. This is my last chance to getting a title, to beating my, you know, my, yeah, I know what I'm trying to say. But anyway, he wants to record. He wants to beat his own record, and he wants to go out as the greatest of all time. And unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on how you see it, he might feel like The Rock is the only person that can make that happen. I hope Cody is watching carefully because that is your future. That's your future. You know, one day you are going to hang up your wrestling boots and you are going to walk off into the pasture, be a Hall of Famer, be doing other things. And when it's time for you to hang it up, you too, you too will want to do things right for the very last time. And you might ultimately make that same type of choice that John did, that I'm going to get it by any means necessary. So I like where the story is going. It's kind of hard to say if by chance Cody will lose the title. I don't know. Um, because the way things are being booked, uh, is very unpredictable. But I do feel like The Rock has someone that he needs to be watching out for, and that's his cousin. That's Roman. Because Cody came to Roman's aid for Bad Blood with his match against Solo and Jacob. He came and he helped him even when he didn't have to. So Cody might feel like Roman owes him that favor in return. And I feel like Roman, not like in the way his cousin is coming and running shit and doing things, he might be up for, you know, helping Cody retain the title. We'll see. But I know The Rock needs to keep an eye on Roman because Roman ain't forget. Not the way you came up pointing your fingers at me after Bad Blood. I don't think Roman forgot at all. So, yeah, I definitely think Roman is going to be a part of that storyline too. So, for the next topic, it's going to be really brief. Because I know most of the episode was about Elimination Chambers, but I just wanted to talk briefly about the press conference and the remarks that Triple H made about the leaks and the spoilers when it comes down to the shows. Now, it was something very specific that he said where he mentioned that a lot of the spoilers and leaks that he does see online most of the time is incorrect, but on the occasion they might get something right. Um, and how he and a very small circle of people need to know basis knew about what was going to take place at the end of the show with John and The Rock and Cody. Um, this was something I suspected was going on for a while. At some point there were someone or someone's in the company that was leaking a lot of information. They was talking about contracts, they was talking about, backstage bullshit, they was talking about um, who wants to leave, who wants to go, whatever the case may be. Just telling everybody's business. And it slowly started to slow down because uh you started seeing that a lot of people was getting cut, a lot of people was getting fired, a lot of people was getting let go of their jobs. And once a number of those people started disappearing, you notice that the quality of the leaks started to change. um In my heart of hearts, I do believe WWE still plants fake leaks and information. I think they're very selective of what they share. Some stuff might help towards the storyline. Other times, they're probably just trying to find the leakers. And there might be a small percentage where they just do it for shits and giggles. Um, but he was very vocal about it, and he don't like the leaks and the spoilers, and I hope he understands that a lot of the WWE universe do not like it either. We like being surprised. Last night was a great surprise. Um, Even with Jade returning, great surprise. Even though we kind of suspected where it was going, it was still a really pleasant surprise to see her come back last night. Um, so, you know, it still sucks. Look, I'm not in the press rooms, but you could clearly see who is in the press rooms, and between you and me, there's some people in that press room that plays a role in the leaks. Some of those people own websites that indulge in the leaks. Just saying, you know, maybe you need to restrict some of their access a little bit. Just saying, you know, that's all. That's all I'm saying. But definitely, um, you know, like I said, you could tell like he really just want people to just like shut the fuck up and just enjoy the show. Like just shut up and enjoy the show. Stop telling everything, and maybe um as time goes on, the bigger surprises and stuff like the John heel turn and CM Punk coming back at Survivor Series back in 2023, like those are indications that they have certain stories that they definitely keep within small circles, small amount of people so that it can't leak out. So kudos to WWE for making that possible. And as for the dirt sheets, yeah, just stop. So, I also wanted to talk about NXT this past week. We have gotten Ricky Saints' debut match with Javon against Ethan Page and Wesley. Of course, Ricky Saints and Javon Evans, they won their match. During the match, however, the fans cheered. Tony fumbled. Uh, yeah. Yeah. Tony did fumble. Tony fumbled. Tony fumbled hard. Okay, he fumbled badly. Not the first time. Won't be the last time, because Tony just does what Tony wants to do. But, you know, it's where the best wrestles, right? So, we had that match. We had the Hardys. The Hardys had won their match. It was good seeing them back in a WWE ring again. Um, I guess we are now going to have a match between them and Fraxium coming up for the TNA titles, the TNA tag team titles. So just to see the lines blurred with the Hardys and WWE again, definitely looking forward to them coming back to WWE at some point in the near future. Um, we have a champion versus champion match between Stephanie Valkyr and Julia. Someone is not going home with the title that they just won. I thought this was rather abruptly. I thought this was too soon. But there is rumors that Julia is suffering from an injury. Um, so that could be the reason why this champion versus champion match is happening. Um, kind of sad about it, but you know, they know what they're doing. So we have that. We have Obafemi and Moose from TNA for the NXT heavyweight title. Of course, we know Obafemi ain't losing his title. So, funny part though, when the match was announced, or rather during the promo of Oba and Moose, Oba kind of slipped up that it was going to be a champion versus champion match. So it was going to be the TNA X Division title and the NXT heavyweight title on the line. But by the end of the show, they showed that it was just going to be the NXT title on the line. So either Oba made a boo-boo, or they decided, listen, we don't need two champion versus champion matches, so let's just X out them and just keep on. So there's that. Um Cora Jade still chasing after Marsha Slamovich for the title. Um, I think she popped up on TNA this past Thursday and attacked Marsha. Marsha is going to get you, girl. She is going to get you. And like I said, I love me some Cora Jade, but Cora, that ain't the fight that you want. Okay, that's not the fight you want, girl. And you keep getting these little upper hands, Marsha gonna snap your ass in two. Okay, she gonna break you down like a fraction, and then your dad Punky ain't gonna be there to pick up the pieces. Okay, like he ain't gonna be there to put you back together again. So, just chill, girl, just chill. You know. But NXT was good as always. NXT is definitely one of my favorite shows to watch next to the main roster. And yeah, so make sure y'all tune into NXT on Tuesdays on CW at 8 o'clock. Now, I'm not going to end the show without talking about AEW, because AEW, they had their moments, okay? They had their moments this past Wednesday, okay? My man, he had a match, okay? It was the second installment to the International Series match. He went up against Konosuke Takeshita, but lost, okay? He lost, and I was sad about it, but also highly confused. And I'm going to tell you why. So, the match, the series, the International Series competition, whatever, was for the international title. First, Orange went up against Roderick Strong. Now that makes sense. Orange, Roderick, they both former international champions. They go up against each other. Orange wins. He moves up. Next match is Orange and Takeshita. The winner faces Kenny Omega. This is where the confusion comes in. You have Takeshita in the series, and he is the champion. He is the international champion. And you have Kenny as the final match, as though he is the champion. So instead of having Orange and Kenny face each other, and then whoever wins faces the champion, who is Takeshita, you had the challenger and the champion face each other, and whoever wins, then they face Kenny. So that's where the confusion came in. I don't know if they intend on Kenny to win the title. Maybe that's the thing. Maybe Kenny is intended to win the title. However, you just have Kenny and Orange go up against each other and book Kenny to win. and then he could go up against Takeshita and beat him. You know? Yeah. So that happened. Um, but of course the show started with Cope stepping out of an ambulance, pretty much telling Death Riders, hey, this is your ride tonight. Um, we packing your asses up. Okay? We packing your asses up and we shipping you to the hospital. He did it to Pac, double Concerto Pac last week. He's out. So it really only left Claudio, John, Marina, and Willer. So this week, yeah, he packed up everybody. Claudio got it. Willer got it. Marina, she got it twice. Okay, she she got hit by friendly fire with Willer, and then on top of that, she got concertoed by a Miss Willow Nightingale. So Marina's out. She's out. And yeah, so Claudio's out, Pac is out, Marina is out. And then on this past collision, it was just Willer and John. So pretty much Cope just packed everyone up and got them up out of here. Um on Sunday, John will be defending his title against Adam Copeland. Um and I'm assuming that he will take the title off of him. To be honest with you, John look like he's ready to go anyway. He look like he don't care. John look like he be half-assing the job. Like he just look like, here, take this belt off of me, please, take it off. I want you to. So it's kind of looking like they're gonna take that title away from you, John. They are going to remove them shackles off your feet so you can dance. Okay? Anybody that knows that song, y'all know the reference. So, but yeah, and then of course, you still got this Hangman and MJF situation going on. MJF pretty much tore up Chris Daniels. Chris Daniels. Oh, like, even though he was caught blading on air. I don't know if that was deliberate. Maybe he wasn't blading. Maybe he was just like hitting the spot to kind of make it gush more. I don't know. But kind of looked like he was still in mid before the cameras had picked up. So, but yeah, looking forward to seeing where that story is going. Definitely following up the Swerve and Ricochet story. I mean, I think that is absolutely a fun time. Ricochet is such a smooth heel. It works for him. It's unfortunate that it didn't work out in WWE for him. He didn't get a chance to be the character that he knew he could be in WWE. So I'm glad that he had the opportunity to do it in AEW and flourish within this character, because I like it. I like it a lot. Prince Nana's not playing with Swerve. He's not playing with Swerve. He's like, you know how much that rope means to me. That robe means the world to me, and you being very nonchalant about it, and I'm about to just pack up my boots and be gone. And I say, yeah, you know what? He's right, Swerve. He's right. You should be, Roman would never. Roman would never. If something was taken away from his wise man, Roman would never let that person get away with it. Ever. So, yeah. Seeing as how they didn't add a little sedative to their match between Ricochet and Swerve, whoever wins get a chance to have a chance at the AEW Heavyweight Championship. So, I know Swerve wants to get his title back. Ricochet wants an opportunity at Gold. I think everybody's still forgetting that Christian still holds that contract. So he's not going to be giving up that anytime soon. So if he doesn't cash in during the John and Adam Copeland match, he's definitely going to cash in sooner rather than later. Honestly, it'd be kind of poetic if he cashed in on Edge. Then they could finish building up that story. So John can be out of the picture. He could go and do whatever he wants, and then the story will pick up between Edge and Christian again. I think that would be a lot of fun. So we'll see. So thank you guys for tuning in on this episode. I know it feels kind of rushed, but I'm still trying to see what it is I want to do on this channel. I do want to start going live. Most likely I'll be going live on Twitch. So if you have not followed me on there yet, it is still the same. If I May Speak Candidly, all one word, on Twitch. I will put the description in the box down below, or the link in the description box down below, because I really do want to start going live. So, little less pre-recorded, unless it's something a little about, more long form content, which you'll see in the future. But more videos like this, like doing a rundown, a weekly recap and stuff like that, will probably be done live. So we'll see how that goes. But again, thank you for tuning in. Make sure that you like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. I am still at 98. So y'all know what to do. Okay? Make sure that you all there's a lot going on in the world. There's a lot going on in the world today, and in this past week we have lost a lot of people, which of course just makes you think about how precious life really is. So, definitely make sure that y'all show y'all love to those that you care for. Reach out to people. Make sure that they're doing well. Make sure that they're doing okay. Just take a moment to extend yourself to someone. Because there's someone out there that's probably watching this who really needs that. Who really needs, just someone to reach out and just say, hey, how you doing? Okay. I'm not sure why that message just came through, but I just wanted to make sure I left this video on that. So again, thank you for watching the video, and I'll be back next week, as always.